Hey, good morning. So today I'm working on stock market research. Um, I want to get some strategies for doing covered calls. Um, so yeah, I'm looking at how I can do that. The most basic strategy. Yeah, I'll just show what I have right now. Um, all right. So here's this. So it's on SCHD now. Let's do Ford. Um, and this is a very simple strategy. So I'm saying let it run for some time once we've collected enough data. Um, Run the strategy, and the strategy is doing you set a. Uh, Let me run this and turn this one on. Oops. Um, so yeah, this is if you have Ford stock, you can see it hasn't really gone up over the last 10 years. Um, and then if you take the log returns and make a histogram of it, you get a distribution. Um, Here I fit a Gaussian to the distribution, but it doesn't fit well. And then in teal, you can see the T distribution fit, which is much better. Um, and then these three lines, the solid line is the 10% line from the data not doing a fit. This dashed line is the 10% value from assuming the Gaussian fit distribution, and then the dot dash line is the 10% value assuming the t distribution. And then this is about 65% of the distribution. And so the idea is you're holding 100 shares of the stock, you're placing covered calls that should go in the money about a third of the time. Um, and then you're also placing a put, or sorry, you're selling covered calls. And then you're placing a put down here. And so if you get some extreme price movement, you get to miss out on that. And so if you run the strategy, you can see it does pretty poorly. Yeah, so the red is if you run the strategy, blue is if you just hold Ford stock. So you can see that running this strategy goes negative. You're ending with minus $500, where if you had just bought Ford stock, you would end at about zero. And so this isn't a good strategy. But what's happening here is I'm selling covered calls, but then if the call expires in the money and I need to sell my shares to someone, then I'm immediately buying back in. And so this isn't very sophisticated because you're buying in at a loss. More sophisticated. So yeah, this is the simple approach that I'm taking here. What I'm going to do today is build up a class that lets me manipulate this and then implement more sophisticated strategies. Because ideally, if your call expires, then you've made a profit on that trade, and then you need to. The reason this is losing money is because I'm not picking my entry for the next trade. I'm just buying back in. So this is doomed to fail on anything. If you are selling calls and then you buy back in at any price. And so what I need to do to have a more advanced strategy is buy back in, but sell a put down here. So only buy back in when we're getting a significant drop. Yeah. So what else? I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I want to do. So this is just one strategy: selling calls, selling puts, buying puts. Another strategy is just mixing, looking at how they perform against the S&P and then other indices. So, the first thing I want to do is look at the American auto sector. So, let's call this automakers. And then there are American automakers and, I don't know, non-American. I'm in America, so non-American. Okay, so American, what do we have? We have Ford, GM, Stellantis. And then we also have Tesla, which is a bit different. Rivian. I don't know. Non-American, we have Honda and Toyota. Volkswagen. Okay, so yeah, and then we want to look at how does each one of these do versus some baseline. I don't know what the baseline would be. Not the S&P, probably the Dow Jones. Okay, so the first thing to do, Simstrat 1. Okay, so let's build a class. What do we call it? Strategy analysis. Yeah, let's start with doing an analysis class. Classes for performing classes and methods for performing analysis on stocks, because we could do multiple analyses. So first we're gonna do a class stock, define init self pass self name. And then we could say self.name is equal to name. Define get data of self. And then we're just going to go open the name. So import pandas as PD. Where I have to pull this back up. Put that there so I don't miss any comments. All right, so now we have pandas. Now let's get data. Self.data. So first we try self.data is equal to pd.read CSV of data slash self.name except raise exception file self.name not found. Data for blank not found. All right, let's go here. If self.name in spy, if it's not in spy, then what do we do? Why can't I highlight that line? What the hell? All right, now except if self.name not in spy, do that thing. All right, if that whole thing, do that, otherwise. Else, do that. You know, hop, drop, and roll. Hip hop shop to blow. All right, so get data, that gets the data. Define chop data. I have to trim my nails. Back down. Oh, no. Cadillac Sevilles, Coupe de Villes. Baby, what the deal? We could chill, split a half a pill and a happy meal. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta trim my nails. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so chop data. Start date, end date. All right, now let me remember how date time works. Back down. Oh no, I won't. Back down. Oh no. From date time, import date time. Okay. So let's go Python date time. ChatGPT. How to make date with Python date time. Okay, so we could just do date, time, from date, time, import date, year, month, day. So 2025, 12, 15. All right, now let's do okay, so there's our stock. Okay, so we've got the converters. Okay, so I need to figure out what the data looks like. Import pandas as PD. df how to isolate pandas df on certain date range. df.date of 0, type df.date of 0, string to date, date time, Python. From date util import parser dot parse df dot date of 0. Um, okay, so I'm going through changes. Feel like I'm rolling for Delph like Philly. Feel like I'm losing control of myself. I sincerely. Can't do it myself, too weak. I look fat, what do I care? Alright, so now let's say date 1/19. He's always laughing at you. Marshall, what happened at you? I'm going through changes. Alright, so I guess we could get date times 64. May date times 64. I don't understand this new me. That's understandable, man, but think how bananas you'd be. You'd be an animal too. And the truth, give me an excuse to be at a all-time low. I sit alone in my home theater. DVD at a first tour. Yeah, you're motherfucking right. I ain't slowing down for no one. Oh, already did that. So D1 is equal to np.datetime 64. Let's do 2025 -12 -15. D0 D2. Yeah. And then we could say T0000. So let's put a note here. Type D0, type D2, numpy datetime 64, np.datetime 64. So I don't give a damn what you think. Okay, so that looks easy enough. So we just have to do self.data is equal to here we need to make the date, right? D0. Okay, so here all right, so here we can say self.data of date is equal to pd.to date time of df of date. Okay. Oh, self.data of date. So then when we chop data, we just have to say self.data is equal to pd equals self.data of self.data of date dot between start date and date. I think I got a tear in my eye. I feel like the king of no singers in Drop Dead. No more B singers. No. Okay, so how do we assert? Check whether numpy datetime 64 object has time. Through the storm, whatever weather, cold or warm, just let you know that you're not alone. Holla if you feel like you've been down the same road. Datetime 64 always has a time component, but it may be implicitly 0. On floor. df.date. All right, so D1 or D2. Oh, cool. So we just have to put in the date. Because you just think your bishop the Don one. Seduce. Seduction. Seduce. It's like a verbal seduction. Seduce. Ain't nobody who's good at what I do. Alright, I'm gonna go get another coffee real quick, then I'll be back. Okay, so we want to show data, then we add that. Otherwise we do, all right, so let's look up. Alabama, rejoins-moi, regardons et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste toi et moi. Danser le soir, s'embrasser dans la noix. Alabama. All right, so if I have log returns for each day over 30 days, and I just want to get the total log return for the 30-day period, can I just sum the individual log returns question? Alabama, rejoins-moi, regardons et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste toi et moi, danser le soir, s'embrasser dans la noix. Alabama, la la, Alabama. La da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. La raison. Fait son apparition. Alabama, rejoins-moi, regardons les étoiles, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste toi et moi, danser le soir, s'embrasser dans la noix. Alabama, regardons les étoiles, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste toi et moi, danser le soir, s'embrasser dans la noix. Alabama. Divided by self dot data of open. For log returns, should I do the close divided by the open or the close divided by the previous close? I kind of think it's the latter. Oh yeah, divided by the previous close. DF divided by a previous close. So close dot shift 1. Phone as a doigt. Miroir. Get log returns. Regardons et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste toi et moi. Alabama. So we're gonna plot self.data of date. Self.data of log return. Oh. Alabama, rejoins-moi. Oui, Gordonnaise et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste et toi et moi. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Now we could say if test analysis plot is equal to true, my data is equal to fait son apparition. Alabama, rejoins-moi, oui, Gordonnaise et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Alabama, juste et toi et moi. Alabama, rejoins-moi, oui, Gordonnaise et toi, croyons sur tous les toits. Stock.showData fig equals plt.figure ax equals fig.add subplot 111. Here we should probably return. So save that. Now here we can just say my data dot show data ax dot legend ax dot so here close is not a key. Close/last. All right, so that's good. Okay, so what else do we want to do? So we've got the cumulative returns for this. So I want to do cumulative returns of the other stocks. Okay, so this, let's make a I'm having trouble thinking about what I want to do. My color's way too gray. Numa, yay. Numa, yay. When I hear All right, so we have a portfolio class. We have a single stock. Yeah, babe. To show you how I feel. Hello, hello, it's me. Alright, so when you leave, my colors fade to gray. My hey, my how, my who. Stocks dot append stock of stock. but I will. When you leave, my colors fade to gray. Numa, yay. Numa, yay. My home. All right, so if we don't have any stocks, we want to show all of them. And every night Bum, ba-da-da. All right, so stocks. Okay, then show return comparison stocks. Now we say my so if when of stocks is equal to 0, my stocks is equal to self.stocks. Else equals self.stocks of. Okay, so now we have a list of stocks that we're going to show. Then we say for stock and my stocks dot keys. Every day and every night. All right, so stock equals and for C, stock and enumerate. Okay, so otherwise we want to show data, we want to pass the same label. But we want to pass the axis. Okay, so SC is not 0, then we just do this. Rejoins-moi, we go donner et toi, croyons surtout les toi. Okay, so now let's go get data. So GM stock price history. Oh, we have GM and we have Stellantis. Okay. So now let's make a new test. Test analysis comparison plot is equal to 1. If test analysis comparison plot is equal to true, we're going to do faisons une apparition. Stocks is equal to Ford, GM, and STLA, I think it is. STLA. Yeah. Now we could say portfolio is equal to portfolio of stocks. And then we could say portfolio dot show return comparison. Bum bum ba da da. Return X is equal to false if is equal to true if type of X is equal to type of none, else make it false. And then we could say if return X is equal to true, return AX. Now AX is equal to that. Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? I want this to last. Need you in my life. Comparative, how to spell that? Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? I want this to last. Need you in my life. I don't know how GM starts out at a near -1 log return. What is a log return of -1? I can fly. Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? Drop by a third? I switch for the sky. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want you all. Need you by my life. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Na 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 na. So yeah, they all should be starting at 0. Dum dum da na 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 na. We touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Yeah, I'm honestly confused. I don't know when this big drop would be. Breaking my heart. I don't wanna be another one. Alright, so let's do GM here instead. Don't let go, don't let go. Dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum dum dum. Oh. Turn off this test. Turn on that test. So the first value is just really low. When they gonna stop breaking my heart? 12/23, 2015. It was in the middle of a drop. All right, well, that's what we've got. So let's make a PowerPoint to document my progress. Can't face up to the skies. Wondering and running for you. Okay, so what did we do today? Now this isn't GM, this is forward. Let's just call it GM cumulative return. I don't wanna be another one. Okay, now let's turn this one on. Get rid of this to make things right. Oh, something weird is going on here. Because it's going backwards. All right, so next, portfolio should show matching